Oi, book it, bruv. Welcome to Book It a Wrestling podcast for the fans, by the fans, where we book, rebook, and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your commissioner, Little X Fudge, and today we're here with your GMs, Damone D Money.
Oh, hell. King of Booker.
And the bad guy, Kenny.
Oh, yeah. We don't have Mike today.
Yeah, we don't get the 16th return of Hi-Fi Mike. The cycle starts over. Next week will be his first return again. Just like when Roman Reigns or CM Punk shows up every few weeks when they feel like it, they get a return flyer. That's Hi-Fi Mike. And eventually,
we acknowledge
Primetime Travi T will be back as well.
Hey, even John did it.
Speaking of, as y'all know, all the longtime Book It versers know, Primetime Travi T got a novella to write. And we're going to give him his time to do that. Sometimes having a 3-hour podcast full of every fucking wrestling move and complete promos for every week of television takes.
He's going to come in like, wrestling. What is wrestling?
Trevor's got the fucking scroll where he's got the 1,000 holds of Jericho ready. That's his
armbar.
But eventually we will be ready for Primetime Travi T's round 2 Book It verse. It just takes a little extra time because he likes to add some extra details. So we're going to respect
words. That. He's the Chris Jericho, but man of 1,000 words instead of holds.
Man of 1,000 pages. But in the meantime, we will take you on another Book It side quest. And one of the many quests that we've been on as of late is to figure out who the best wrestler in each company is. We try to watch a lot of fucking wrestling. We really do. And sometimes we spread the love. I watch TNA every week. I watch most AEW. I occasionally try to keep up with WWE. I watched New Japan for like a week. Super knowledgeable.
Yeah, he was super into New Japan for that whole week.
For a week.
For that whole week,
1 week where Jack Perry, Mustafa Ali, and Nick Nemeth were all there was fucking fire. And then they all fucking left in the same week. Windy City Riot is show of the year, though. I don't fucking care. But we're trying to figure out who the best wrestler in all these promotions is. And the rosters are changing, and the landscape is ever evolving. But this week, we're going to figure out who the best wrestler in AEW is, which is apparently where the best wrestle. So the best wrestler, where the best wrestle, might just be the best wrestler, period. So we are going to have 32 wrestlers picked by myself, Bad Guy, and D-Money. And then we are going to battle it out in the court of public opinion. Comments are appreciated, especially if we get to a point. We shouldn't have any ties with 3 votes, but we always find a fucking way. So comments are always appreciated if you're amongst our live viewers. But if not, let's keep this thing popping. So I'll pull up our blank bracket. Let's fill this thing up. Bam. All right. So we have 32 picks. We have 3 people, meaning that we should each get 10.
And then there's going to be 2 that are
2.
I feel like there's 2. I feel like we should have 2 automatic bids.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I feel like we should just put MJF in because we know he's getting in, and put Will Ospreay in because we know he's getting in.
And we are going to shuffle these, so we're not doing MJF Ospreay right off the fucking. We're not pulling a Tony Khan and doing that match right away.
You never know with the shuffle.
We don't intend to do that match right away.
We don't intend to do that right away.
We have not done a bump of coke today. So we will then go with there's 10.
So I think do 5
at a time.
Each do 5 at a time, and then loop back around.
Yep, sounds good. So bad guy, you will pick the next 5.
Oh, I thought we were going back and forth. Okay. Didn't have 5 ready like that. All right, bet. Let's go with Kenny Omega.
His namesake.
Daniel Bryan.
Don't use his Fed name. Bryan Danielson.
Bryan is my fault. Bryan Danielson.
From the slave name.
And we're only doing males. We're not doing females either.
We just did wrestlers. We didn't say male or female.
Yeah.
We didn't specify.
Tony
Women are allowed.
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm.
Got to make sure she's in there. Got to pay my respects. And then let's go. I'm trying to think if I want to put him in there or not.
And you will have 5 more later. So
I'll put him in. I'll put Adam Copeland in. He's been showing out. He's been showing out in there.
He has been cooking in the ring. And you have 1 more for this round because you've done 4.
And I'm going to go with the world champion, Swerve.
I hear he swerves when he drives.
I did that dance real quick.
All right. D-Money, your next 5 are live.
I'm going to go Adam Hangman Page.
Ew.
Some hungman respect.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to go on there unless I did it.
No, I like Hangman. Like I'm one of the people who likes Hangman. I think his title run was mid, but it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. Tony booked it bad, but I think I like Hangman. I think Hangman's really good.
Yeah, it's Travis and Kenny who don't fuck with him.
I don't.
Yeah. I'll take Jack Perry.
Ah, fuck. I thought I was going to be the only one who did Jack Perry. You're taking all my picks.
Give me Okada.
And I could spell his first name. I don't know
what
if I
is
spelled
that?
right,
3?
actually. Yep. You're at 3.
Give me Christian Cage.
Hey,
who's better than Christian?
Okada's cooking, man. Okada's been cooking.
He has. He was born to be a comedy wrestler.
I must say, when he do that cry thing and then he just switch out.
Yeah.
Hilarious. And now that Mercedes Moné is single.
Now she's the best wrestler now.
No, I'm saying he was like getting hot and bothered when she was doing the CEO. CEO.
Yeah, he bro was sweating. I thought you were putting her on the bracket.
No.
I thought you were for a second too.
Let me get Willow Nightingale.
She's been cooking too.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple of mine that I didn't think were going to make it otherwise got taken. So I'm going to have to think a little harder. Let me go with Adam Cole.
Baby.
He's injured a lot, but I still fuck with him. Man, sorry, you took some of mine right off the dome. I'm ready like this. I was ready to drop Jack Perry in there.
There's still a lot left. You're supposed to be the AEW guy.
I know. I don't know why I'm locked right now. Why my brain stopped cooking. What the fuck? Okay.
You are not cooking.
I know.
Let him cook.
You're not cooking like Chef O'Reilly.
Hey, can't nobody cook like Chef O'Reilly, man.
You're right. They use seasoning.
Can't nobody cook like Chef O'Reilly.
I feel like you could have put O'Reilly.
Fuck no, I'm not putting Kyle O'Reilly. You know what? AEW don't use him for shit, but I'm putting Danhausen in there.
Okay.
funky pick in there.
It's real funky.
Eddie Kingston.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
I don't know why I forgot about him.
I almost did.
It's because he ain't been on TV in a minute.
Oh, for a second, I'm like, who the fuck is Hologram? And then I remembered.
I don't fuck with Jay White like that.
Yeah, you said Jay White is overrated.
Yeah, he's mid pack.
You about to put him in too.
I'll get some Malachi Black action in there.
Okay.
I don't know why I watch AEW most weeks, and I blanked on their whole fucking roster.
I'm like, this was your idea.
yeah, I chose this. Oh, how the fuck we're forgetting Orange Cassidy? What is wrong with me? All right, back to bad guy.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Claudio Castagnoli.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
That's my guy, man.
I don't know how to spell Castagnoli, so
Castagnoli. Darby Allin.
how the fuck did I forget him too? Damn. He was cooking in Blood and Guts.
Do we already have Daniel Garcia on there?
We don't.
Yeah. Him.
Buffalo born and raised.
Dance Seal.
Him.
One half of Dance Theory.
Oh, Dance Theory. I was supposed to say that.
Do we already have Moxley on there?
We don't.
Nope.
Yeah, put him on there. And then the best wrestler on this whole list, Jeff Jarrett.
Hey, AEW Jeff Jarrett fucks. I've been saying this.
I love Jeff Jarrett.
Watching back old TNA. How is Jeff Jarrett better now than he was then?
Bro, I'm mad how much I popped for Jeff Jarrett's music. I was in line getting food, and I was like, "Oh snap!" I heard his music. I was like, "Let me go back."
Oh, you hear the
like
woo and it's fucking over. D Money, your next few picks.
Sean, we are doing best AEW wrestler. We're doing a tournament.
Give me. I'm gonna throw Jay White on there. Give me Takeshita.
Well, that's a good one too.
Okay, take a shitta.
Hey, people were calling MJF like seriously racist for that, but
No,
his name is dangerously close.
So it is. Yeah, right. Like the fuck. Give me. So I have a question.
Yes,
Does Athena count?
I'll count it.
She's more because she's more Ring of Honor than she is. Like she's rarely on AEW.
She's still employed by Tony Khan. I'll count it.
Okay, then Athena. Give me Samoa Joe.
Oh, bad caps lock moment. All right.
I got one more, right? Or is that?
Yep.
Give me Mark Briscoe. He's been cooking lately.
He has ladder match and Blood and Guts. All right. I'm going to go Mariah May.
Okay, good pick. Good pick. She really is too busy carrying Ring of Honor with an injury.
I'm going to also go Mercedes Moné. Actually, take that back. Britt Baker's better. I'm going Britt Baker.
I was going to say, I agree.
Hey, you got to say the full thing.
DMD.
Britt Baker, DMD. She didn't go to school for 8 years for you not to put the respect on her name.
I'm going to go kind of deep into the card. I'm going to go with Anthony Bowens.
That's not a bad pick. I think he could be really good as a singles guy, but I don't know if we'll ever get the chance to.
Anthony Bowens. I'll include Mercedes now.
Sean to the car, Rashida.
Then I need one more pick. And I feel like I should get a little nutty with this pick. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything real important. Oh, well, I don't even know if I should put Ricky Starks on there. Is he going to be working there in a month?
I forgot he existed.
Yeah, his career died.
That poor bastard.
He hasn't done anything.
GOAT, the learning tree himself.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about Briss Barrico or maybe Billy Gunn.
I almost said Billy Gunn.
Jericho better.
You know who else's career died? Wardlow.
Yeah.
I'm putting the learning tree Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
You better respect Chris Jericho.
I don't.
All right.
Overrated.
You better respect Chris Jericho.
Wait, you got Chris Jericho on there?
Overrated.
Yep.
Big bet.
So I'm going to click shuffle.
If Chris Jericho wins this podcast is officially canceled.
You are beautiful on the inside.
He doesn't even use that anymore.
I know, but I'm still gonna say it though.
He has the Def Rebel parody. That shit's so funny.
It's a Def Rebel parody.
Yeah. Have you heard his new music?
Yeah.
It has that
Yeah,
robotic
good.
female voice where it's like learning tree.
That shit is
Just
gross.
like every Def Rebel song.
Yeah, Wardlow's fall from grace is crazy. At one point, I was worried they were going to push him to the moon instead of MJF. And that didn't happen. But then they said, oh, Wardlow, you're going to do nothing of value here either.
All right. So we have scrambled our brackets. I think we've got. Actually, I'm going to give it one more shuffle. We had MJF Ospreay first round. That's criminal.
Fixing the bracket. Oh, wow.
There we go.
That is crazy. That's wild.
That's wild.
I'm not fixing the bracket. I'm just making sure it's not fucking diabolical. Where the final.
Hey, whoever, if it happens, it happens. We are at the mercy of the wheel, of the powers that be, of the shuffle.
Well, it needed one more shuffle for the mercy. Clearly. So
it's already invalid. Already.
Ain't canon.
Our first round is Jon Moxley versus Mark Briscoe. So we will go with bad guys vote first.
It's Moxley.
Moxley?
Yeah, it's Moxley.
Yeah, I'm like it's Moxley.
I wanted to say Briscoe, but it's Moxley.
Pity vote for Briscoe. All right. And then we'll go reverse order. So D Money's vote first.
I will say Moxley, even though I do think he's overrated, he does have an aura. Like when he comes out, when that song hits and he comes out, even though I'm not a huge fan,
that shit's lit.
When he comes out and when you're in the arena, he comes out, you feel the energy.
Wow, dang.
His entrance is an event. I just wish his matches were also an event. Unfortunately, his matches do not always deliver. They do sometimes, but not as often as I'd like. Our next round is Mercedes Moné versus Konosuke Takeshita, with D Money having the first vote.
Okay, so Takeshita's better in ring, but Moné has a better character because I'm honestly over the Don Callis family.
Yeah,
like, it should have ended months ago. At this point,
a year ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Moné.
Kenny,
I'm also going Moné because being great in the ring is great. Like I said, this is the one time I'll say that just because it's AEW where 95% of the people can wrestle. It's not like it's trash people, so you gotta have an aura too. You gotta have a good character too. Or else you're just, Isaiah Kennedy, somebody like that.
Yeah. One second.
Isn't it Isaiah Cassidy, not Kennedy?
Isaiah Cassidy can promo though. They just don't use him.
Let me see. I thought that tell you he ain't got it. If I'm calling the wrong.
But I'm gonna give the pity vote to Takeshita.
Yeah, it sounds like Kennedy.
Monet is very inconsistent. While Takeshita, you're going to get the same thing every time. All right. We got Claudio Castagnoli versus the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho. And I will have the first vote on this. And I respect Chris Jericho. And did I mention I've been on 2 Jericho cruises?
He did.
Yeah,
Hi, guys.
yeah. This already invalid already. We've been bribed. It's Kenny, right?
I paid him. He didn't pay me. In fact, he paid me like negative $5,000.
I'm not gonna lie. This is hard for me because this is 2 of my top 10s, like wrestlers of all time. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Chris Jericho. His character now is kind of weaker, even though it's like a parody.
Hi, guys.
It's just I'm still clinging on to what he used to be.
You're clinging on to 10 years ago. Move on.
But not even 10 years ago. I'm still clinging on to the Judas. Like, I was cool with Judas when he first got in there. He was cool when he first got there. As he kept wrestling, it was like, all right, we're over this now.
MJF should have retired his ass.
Peak Jericho, he was Jericho Appreciation Society, because that was when he was actually in shape and doing his moves right.
I'm gonna give Claudio the pity vote, even though he is the like 4th or 3rd best member of his faction.
We got a bunch of 2-1s thus far. This one could be
so
a bit
far.
more
It's all
competitive.
WWE guys.
It really is. But it was Isaiah
We
Cassidy.
got
It was
all in 2 main event next. Adam Cole versus MJF.
We could 1,
D-Money's
2,
got
3
first vote.
this. It's MJF. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
do we even need to do the formality?
No. It's MJF.
All right. Adam Cole being the only one to get swept is fucking crazy, but this bracket was unforgiving.
It wouldn't have been. Maybe he wouldn't have gotten swept if somebody didn't press the button again.
Well, then we'd have fucking him versus Will Ospreay out in the first round. I'd rather lose Adam Cole to another fucking injury. Right. Jack Perry versus Bryan Danielson, and that'll be me first vote. I know where this is going, but I'm going to give Perry the pity vote just because I think he's been fucking cooking lately. When CM Punk choked him or punched him or whatever, half of his promo talent went to Jack Perry, because now Jack Perry's half as good as CM Punk was, and CM Punk is now half as good as CM Punk was. So something changed that day, and now he's got aura. But I already know where you two are voting. Just confirm that, Kenny.
I was gonna say I don't think he does.
I don't think he has an aura at all. I feel like the only aura he has for is people who don't like Punk. So they're trying to push this. Jack Perry's great, and he's still
no. It's not even because I dislike Punk like that. His promos have gotten so much better. His entrance has gotten lit.
It's funny you say that, but Twitter's been going in about how bad Jack Perry is now.
I ain't been on Twitter, but I fuck with him heavy.
They've been lighting him up. They talk about how trash he is. I personally don't like it either.
I think he's mid.
I love what he's doing.
He's in the Hangman Adam Page category for me.
Like I don't know, like in New Japan especially, I liked him because like he's one of those people where like, yeah, leaning on cursing in a promo is like shows like, you know, it's a crutch, but he does it well. Like I want to hear him say the F word every promo. Like, or call someone a pussy or something crazy. But I'm a Jack Perry defender. Fuck Twitter.
Defender, no.
Now we got Malachi Black versus Mariah May. D-Money first vote.
This was tough.
I agree.
Mariah May's been cooking, but I really like Malachi Black too.
I got my answer.
Mariah May.
Bad guy?
I'm also with Mariah May. I think Malachi Black was good, but Mariah May's been going crazy. Like,
yeah, Mariah May's going crazy, and also Malachi Black, not very consistent both in booking and performance in AEW. And I just don't know what his status ever is. So
and the fact that she got this run out of nowhere like this is crazy. Yeah.
And now we got another loaded matchup. Britt Baker DMD versus Kenny Omega. I'll have the first vote, and I'm giving it to Kenny Omega.
I'm also giving it to Kenny Omega.
I'm giving it to Britt Baker. I think Kenny Omega is mid.
I used to think that in New Japan, but I love AEW Kenny Omega where he's being kind of goofy.
You know what's funny? Everyone says they don't like the Kenny Omega and AEW.
Well,
they say the
me and
opposite.
Twitter ain't always the same. You see what I mean?
They say the opposite. They say Kenny Omega in New Japan was a god, and
He
got
was.
in AEW he's watered down.
No, he's funny in AEW. Like him, the Young Bucks, fucking Okada. I like them all better than AEW because they're funnier, they're more fleshed out. They don't have to win all the fucking time, and they don't do that move spamming thing that New Japan used to always do too much.
I've always called him Kenny Mid Mega, Sean.
But now we got Swerve versus Christian Cage, which is going to be a tough matchup. And D Money's got the first vote. I don't pity him.
I'm gonna say Swerve. Swerve's better in ring. They both have good characters. I really like Christian. Christian Cage run has been great.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give it this Swerve.
Yeah, I'm also a Swerve too. I like Christian too, but yeah, it's Swerve.
I'll give the pity vote to Christian. He deserves at least one vote.
When Christian got security for his daughter, that's the best moment he had on the show for me.
Get her out of here.
She's not. What do you say? She's not.
She's not credentialed.
Yeah, she's not credentialed. Get her out of here.
All right, we got Willow Nightingale versus Jay White, and I'll have the first vote going to Willow Nightingale.
I'm also a Willow Nightingale.
I'm also going Willow Nightingale. She's been cooking.
Jay White is swept. Darby Allin versus Athena.
They're both crazy.
Who started me?
D Money, first vote.
I'm going to Athena. She's been carrying Ring of Honor, the forever champion. She's also a better promo, in my opinion. So it's weird. I think Ember Moon wasn't that good. I don't really like Ember Moon, but as Athena, she's killing it. I think the issue with Ember Moon is like, what the fuck was her character? Was she a werewolf? Or like, what was she supposed to be?
I'll say for promos, Darby Allin has improved tremendously over the past year and a half, though.
Yeah, I will say he's gotten better, but I also think Athena's better in ring.
He went from hard to listen to like carrying feuds, like
yeah,
which is crazy work. Bad guy.
I am going with Darby Allin.
All right, I'll be tie breaking, and I'm going to give it to Darby Allin.
Of course you do, because you hate women's wrestling.
His work in the big matches has been great. Like anytime you give him a big spot, he delivers. Plus, like I said, his biggest weakness was his promos, and he's gotten way better at that, shown that he can be a major player. So he's earned my respect. So
once again, I'm the only one who likes women's wrestling on this show.
At least I don't hate it as much as Mike. Anthony Bowens versus Kazuchika Okada, who are feuding right now.
So
that is my first vote. Sorry about the delay. I'm going to give what I assume is a pity vote to Anthony Bowens. I see a lot of major star potential with him. And as much as I've liked Okada's character improvement in AEW, I've never liked his ring work. And still on like an AEW pay-per-view, there's a good chance that he might have the worst match.
Okada?
Yeah. He did on what was it, Double or Nothing, I believe. And on maybe on Dynasty too.
I forgot who he faced, to be honest.
Yeah, because you forgot the match because it was mid.
I'm going.
To be honest, I forgot a lot of that pay-per-view.
So bad guy's turn.
Okada.
Yeah. All right, D Money tiebreaker.
I'm gonna go Okada just because I feel like, what's it called? I can't think of the name of the group. The Acclaim. I feel like the Acclaim need to turn heel.
Oh, the Acclaim.
Like full on heel. Like I feel like yes, the Scissor Me Daddy and everything was fun and cool. And I do think Anthony Bowen has potential to be a star. But I feel like they either need to break up or they need to turn heel because it's gotten stale.
It got still a long time ago to me. Max
So I'll
Caster
say that this feud
trash.
with the Elite has helped them out a lot in terms of like making them feel legit. But the fact that the Acclaimed, who used to be like AEW dark jobbers who like would get suspended just for Max Caster saying dumb shit, are now like blood and guts level wrestlers is crazy. They've really had to come up. But we have a deeper matchup, a harder matchup, as we have Danhausen versus Will Ospreay. And D Money's got the first vote.
I want a meme that's so bad, but I can't. It's Will Ospreay.
No, Will Ospreay
Danhausen through would have been great, but against Will Ospreay, it's just not doable. Kenny, I'm assuming you're Ospreay as well?
Yes.
I'll give Danhausen the pity vote.
I'm about to say it's not even a conversation.
You're a Danhausen hater though.
I am. That shit is terrible. I don't like it.
Danhausen could have beaten a lot of people in the first round off of memes alone. AEW is hoeing him though. I don't know what is going on.
It is weird that they don't do anything with him when he's like top 5 merch seller every time.
And he's not injured anymore, but like, so they can't use that excuse. I think there's something going on with like him, his contract, or some kind of heat, maybe CM Punk related heat. I don't know. Something's going on.
Yeah, like he's always like every time he drops new merch, it sells out.
And they won't even put him on like Ring of Honor. It's weird.
Sucks.
Yeah, it is pretty ass.
No,
we got
no, I said he sucks, not it sucks. He sucks.
No, we love that. We love that Danhausen.
Fuck a Danhausen.
Yeah, you're cursed.
All my homies hate Danhausen.
Be cursed.
Well, you ain't got no homies because ain't nobody hate Danhausen.
Nah,
Hangman Page versus Jeff Jarrett. I got the first vote. And you know what? I'm going Hangman Page. I want to give Jeff Jarrett the vote, but I feel like y'all will push Jeff Jarrett through, and I ain't doing that to Hangman Page.
Fuck him. I'm going Jeff Jarrett.
This is actually pretty tough. I do like this Jeff Jarrett run, which I never thought I'd say in 2024, but it's Hangman.
Wow.
Yeah,
I like Hangman.
That's crazy.
We got Danciel Garcia,
especially heel Hangman,
and then we got Adam Copeland. And D Money's got the first vote.
I'm gonna go Daniel Garcia. I didn't really like Adam Cole's run so far in AEW. Like
Adam
I know he
Copeland.
had what?
Adam Copeland.
Adam Copeland.
Cole.
Did I say Cole?
Yeah, you said Adam Cole.
Oh, sorry, I meant Copeland. I haven't really liked Adam Copeland's run in AEW that much. Like he's had some good matches, but I feel like he should have lost to Malachi Black. And I feel like there was someone else in there. I wasn't really big on this run, so I'm gonna go with Daniel Garcia.
Wow, that's criminal. But I'm gonna give Copeland the pity vote.
Ken Martin.
I didn't say Daniel Garcia.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I said Adam Copeland.
Oh, so I'm the tiebreaker. Okay.
You're the tiebreaker.
And I'm going
Matt with some double J hate. He said literally can't do any actual wrestling moves anymore.
What?
What are you talking about? He still hits the moves.
What you mean, my guy? What you mean?
He's literal trash.
Boo boo!
We ain't pretending this is 2007. We fuck with Jeff Jarrett now.
I liked it back then. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Honestly, when he turned babyface in TNA, it was kind of redeeming. So it was after we got a long break from him. Because I watched it back recently. I'm like, man, I really fuck with Jeff Jarrett again. Like, I was so tired of him in 06. But when he comes back like late 07, I'm like,
that theme song fucks.
It does.
Crazy.
My world.
My world. That's what I go for.
Leave my mark. My world.
It is your world, Jeff Jarrett. But it is Tony Storm versus Orange Cassidy.
Wait, did you break the tie?
Yes, I voted
Adam Copeland. Hater.
I got the first vote on this one, and I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy.
I, on the other hand, do not hate women's wrestling, so I'm going Toni Storm. She's the main reason I watch it now.
I actually am going to agree. I'm going to agree with Toni Storm. I think she's been when MGF wasn't around, her Swerve. Yeah, her and Swerve. Yeah, her and Swerve were carrying the company. I was trying to think of somebody else. Yeah,
it was
her and Swerve.
You're thinking of Hungman Page, baby.
Nah.
Was he even around?
Yes, he was who helped build Swerve.
Oh yeah, you're right. But yeah, Swerve's better still. I'm still going with Toni Storm. Toni Storm. Orange Cassidy is okay. Don't get me wrong. I like Orange Cassidy a lot, but he do be winning some matches he shouldn't be winning.
No business winning.
He should. There's not very many matches he should be losing.
Listen, Toni Storm, so you better cut my bloody head off.
Yeah, she also is a top 5 character in wrestling. So
yeah, that's
top
valid.
3 for me.
And she created another star from Mariah May. Yeah, and you can argue Shakira.
Who was Mariah?
Shakira, you racist.
Shakira.
Crazy work, Shakira.
I was Shakira racist.
He's trying to pin something on you,
right?
That's just such a bad fuck up of her name, Mina Shakira.
Mina Shirakawa.
That's like the easiest Japanese wrestler name to say.
It popped in my head. I don't know what I was doing there.
All right, we got the big back battle: Samoa Joe versus Eddie Kingston.
That is a big back battle.
Yeah, it's a big back. They're fighting over a chopped cheese. Chopped cheese on a pole match.
Fire Russo.
Yeah.
All right, D Money, your first vote.
Is Eddie Kingston injured? Because I feel like he hasn't done anything in a while.
Yeah, he's injured.
So I'm not gonna hold that against him. I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston.
I am going with Samoa Joe, even though I think this is the worst version of Samoa Joe. But
no, Nation of Violence is the worst version.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. It was so bad, I forgot it happened. I erased from my memory.
Yeah, we repressed that.
Yeah,
once
that
again,
was awful.
Because now I thought about the face paint and the black shorts. I'm like, yep, that was.
Oh,
bad.
wasn't even the shorts. It was the pants, the brown pants, the doo-doo brown.
Doo-doo brown.
Yeah, they put them with Taz for name. They put them with Taz for no reason.
What was your team's name?
Oh, the Gatherers with the doo-doo brown.
The doo-doo brown.
Baron Corbin, Sean O'Hare.
Nasty.
I'm going Samoa Joe as well. He's an AEW World Champion, and he's still got it at this big age. So the first round is finished.
You say his big age?
Yeah, he old.
That's a wild way to call somebody old. He got a big age.
He was at his big age.
So we got the second round set, the first round finished, and our first matchup of round 2 will be Jon Moxley versus Mercedes Moné.
CEO.
And I got the first vote on that. I'm going Moxley. The entrance is just so sick. And they're both wrestlers who have a lot of aura, but have some major weaknesses that keep them from being GOATs, in my opinion.
Not gonna lie. I agree. I'm also going Jon Moxley.
I agree.
Mercedes Moné is swept.
She's honestly the worst of the 4 horsewomen.
I agree.
I feel like if you combine Jon Moxley and Mercedes Moné, you have a very complete wrestler. Like he's a way better promo to make up for her lack of ability on that department. She's a better wrestler than him to make up for that. And they both have the aura and the look that makes them stand out. But
that's
they both
an ugly combination you just said, though.
I know, but you know what I mean. They both have a glaring weakness that makes them worse than their contemporaries. Like,
imagine Mercedes Moné, but she's balding and she's bleeding
everywhere.
Like Moxley's the worst of the Shield because his wrestling is so weak.
I was gonna say he's the worst of the Shield. She's the worst of the 4 horsewomen. John Moxley coming in like that pisses me off.
That's nasty.
All right, we got the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho versus MJF.
We can 1, 2, 3 this. It's MJF.
It's Chris Jericho. Oh.
I'll still give him the pity vote.
Can't let him go out like that.
I am the Learning Tree. I love this fucking.
You just made the list.
And then Brian Keith, you better respect Chris Jericho. All right, Bryan Danielson versus Mariah May.
This one's tough. Who's it on me?
Hey, It is your first vote.
I'm gonna go with Mariah May.
That's crazy. Because I'm also going Mariah May.
Damn, you're letting Danielson lose to Mariah May? That's Mariah May's cooking right now, but
she is.
That's a little preemptive.
It's all about who's hot, who's not, and Mr.
Right now, she's a better character. Like Bryan Danielson's character is just, I'm gonna retire and I've lost the last. I'm like 3-22 in my last $25 matches. He is, but she's been cooking.
Only one of them sucked on the teat of Tony Storm to get where she was at.
I can't remember the last Bryan Danielson match that wasn't a $5 match.
No, he is great in ring still, but
there's no Mariah May. Okay,
that is crazy work. If Sean watches this back, he's gonna whoop our ass for that.
I'm starting to get my ass whooped in.
It's close. I'm not saying it's like a wide gap. It's very, very close. But I'm giving it
Mariah May could pass Danielson, but it's gonna take a minute. She's not there yet, in my opinion. But
if we go overall career, it's definitely Bryan Danielson for sure. But
I'm just saying
right now, in
AEW overall,
I'm going right now, right this moment.
Right now,
I see.
Because we can't do a career, because that's not fair to the Mariah Mays and the
not whole careers, but just overall who we like better in AEW is kind of who I'm thinking.
Well, I like Mariah May right now.
Yeah. Preference, yeah.
Right now, I like Mariah May more.
So we got Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland. Banger. And I have the first vote. I'm going to go with Swerve Strickland.
I'm also going to go with Swerve.
Yeah, Swerve's going to have to carry that bum to a good match.
Kenny Omega swept crazy work. The new generation beating out the old bloods. Mariah May and Swerve beating out Danielson and Omega, who some could argue should be the finals.
To be fair, it was a edge. It was like, yeah.
Swerve has what Kenny Omega has, and then some. But Kenny Omega doesn't have all that Swerve has. That's my
Swerve
reason.
has an aura too.
Yeah,
he does.
And Kenny Omega has that, but also Swerve's promos are so much better, and Swerve can wrestle at Omega's level. But Omega can't promo at Swerve's level.
He can't.
All right.
Makes me want to get a grill.
Don't, because then you make grills ugly again.
Make grills ugly again. That's my presidential campaign.
You're gonna do it like fucking Paul Wall did in 2006.
You're gonna be twerking with Offset.
Hey, we don't disrespect Paul Wall. Paul Wall over E40.
I will. Bubba Ray Dudley looking ass.
He's better than that bum E40.
No, we're not doing that. Just because E40 built like Joe, don't mean he's a bad rapper.
He's awful.
What?
Tell me when to go.
Jesus Christ, had dreads and shake him.
Versus Darby Allin.
It's all Kenny, right?
That shit is gross. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some. My Goofy impression and my E40 impression are the exact same thing.
And they're both accurate.
Gosh.
And they're
Jesus
both...
Christ, that dreads will shake.
Shark? Nope. Wait, no, it's Narc. Nope. Shark? Yep.
Awful.
Best rapper
That
alive.
is gross.
Yeah, if all the other rappers died.
And D Money's got the first vote on this round.
I know she's not going to win, but I'm going Willow Nightingale. She been cooking.
Bad guy?
I am going with Darby Allin. I'm barely edging with Darby Allin. It's like,
And I'm going to break the tie with Darby Allin as well.
Again, proving you hate women's wrestling.
But Darby, you put him in the big match, and he will deliver every time. Like, honestly, Darby Allin, if you can handle watching Darby Allin matches, he's kind of becoming a 5 machine in and of himself. Don't sleep.
I like him in
But
the ring.
Our next round, Kazuchika Okada versus Will Ospreay. New Japan fans are nutting in their draws right now.
Ew.
Ew.
Yuck, I hated that.
Oh, do you want me to say it more white? Drawers?
No, that didn't make
Nutting
it
in their
better.
drawers, baby.
That didn't make it better.
Drawers.
That's it, like,
That did not make it any better. That might have made it worse.
Trying to get to you and that monkey. All right.
What you gonna do with that pussy?
Yuck.
That song is crazy. The
That song
bars
really
in
is
that
crazy.
song are insane. How do we let that become a hit?
Whisper in your ear while I'm holding my ear. We had the edited version growing up. That's how mine sounded.
God. At this point, E40 should be in the fucking bracket.
That's nasty.
No. Yeah.
Hey, E40,
But-
if you're
but-
watching, go do an AEW match.
I was gonna say I've been debating it. I might still do a Def Jam company. I might still do it. At the
Hey,
fucking
I
first
just played through the Def Jam Fight for New York story mode. I'm for
Fire. Hit fire. Whose turn
it
is it
on?
on?
D Money's got first vote on Okada versus Ospreay.
I'm
Bro.
also Osprey.
Wait, D Money, who'd you say?
I said Osprey,
Oh.
bro.
Yeah, that's a 3-way sweep. So Okada swept. So we got in this round, Danielson defeated, Omega swept, and Okada swept. Crazy work. Now we got Hangman Page versus Adam Copeland. I'm gonna go Hangman Page. I feel like he don't get the respect he deserves on Book It, so it's at least a pity vote.
I'm going Adam Copeland.
I'm going Hangman Page.
Yuck.
Edge over
Hangman survives.
Edge over Adam Copeland. Christian Cage over Christian.
I ain't going that far. I've liked AEW Adam Copeland. He's a way better in
Edge ain't hitting head scissors. He ain't hitting the tornado head scissors. And Canadian destroyers. But Adam
Well, Edge
Copeland,
did hit a Canadian Destroyer in the Fed, to be fair.
Did he?
Yeah, that was the first place he did it. He did it in
Was it the greatest wrestling match ever? Was it that match?
No,
where they
no,
literally just-
it was
all
like-
they did was everybody's finisher.
it was against Damian Priest, I think, something like that. Like it was on a random Raw match.
Oh, I didn't
It was
know.
probably
in
when he was
Canada.
burying the Judgment Day.
Hey, it didn't work though.
It did not. That is crazy that they got better by kicking out the legend.
I like
Maybe
that
that's what it's
though.
for. Maybe that was his plan all along.
No, that was not the play.
No, it was not.
They were supposed to be supernatural at one point, and Edge was like, "That's disgusting. I'm not being a part of that." And it was like, "All right, we're gonna kick you out." Then he's like, "Yeah, get me out of that." So
And
that's
then
why
they
that's
replaced
why
him
they
with
beat him
Finn.
up.
And
And
then
then they just
The rest of them never got their powers. It's crazy.
yeah, wasn't they end up never getting powers? They just
All
was like, well,
Dominic got was supernatural Riz.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
The fact he
he,
look like that and pull both of them, crazy.
he got Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan fighting over him. Oh, he has a 80s porn star mustache.
And a mullet.
A mullet.
Hey, respect the mullet. Respect.
That guy's mustache and a mullet.
He's making mullets cool again.
All right, we got Tony
Another hat.
Storm, Samoa Joe, and D Money with the first vote.
It's Tony Storm.
Yeah, come on now. It's Tony Storm.
I'm giving Samoa Joe the pity vote. All
If
right.
it was TNA Samoa Joe, I'd give him the pity vote. But
Yeah, TNA Samoa Joe clears, but not AEW Samoa Joe. So we got the not the last round, but the third round. Jon Moxley versus MJF. We'll start it off.
It's on me,
And
right?
I got the first vote.
Oh,
MJF.
it's MJF.
Yeah, it's MJF. We could have.
Moxley is swept. Mariah May, Swerve Strickland, D Money with the first vote.
It's Swerve. Like, get back to me in like a couple months, and it might be Mariah, but right now it's Swerve.
Yeah, it's Swerve.
And that will be another sweep. Mariah May has been swept.
I do wish that we were getting. I do wish that his title run was better because I feel like it's kind of been.
I don't agree with that at all. He's had to. He's got the Ospreay match.
No, I'm not saying his matches have been good, but I mean like story wise and everything. I feel like it's kind of been second fiddle to MJF, which I get why.
It's MJF. It's MJF.
Yeah, I get why, but once MJF came back, it feels like his story became secondary.
Just hard to
and Ospreay because he's competing against Will Ospreay, who's arguably the best in the world, and MJF, who's arguably best.
He's gonna got a dream match, but the Danielson match is gonna deliver for sure.
It's gonna be a great match, but the story isn't really the same level.
Yeah, that's why they're adding the retirement in. I think to spice it up. Darby Allin versus Will Ospreay. I got first vote. I'm pretty sure Ospreay was gonna sweep if I don't give Allin a pity vote, and I don't want this round to be all sweeps, so I'll give Allin the pity vote. I'm assuming
it's Ospreay. Yeah, it's Ospreay. I'm glad that I will say I'm glad WWE 2K24. Yeah, they finally added the Hidden Blade.
Yeah,
that's the only so the Pat McAfee. Besides Pat, I don't give a shit about the rest of them. But the moves, they added a bunch of cool moves.
Do you know what they did instead of just doing because they used to do the move set pack?
Yeah.
Instead of just doing that, they just threw the whole Pat McAfee show on there.
Yeah. Well, they added the whole Pat McAfee show because apparently he said he wasn't going to do it if they didn't add the show, and then they gave him all the cool moves like the Hidden Blade.
That's how we got that shit. Okay.
Yeah, they gave him a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, because apparently Pat said he wasn't like if you don't do my entire show as like a DLC or have them in the game. He didn't want to be in the game too.
They
also
put Speedball's whole moveset in the game too.
Yeah, they put a lot. Like I said, this most recent DLC, the people in it kind of suck, but the moves are cool. They added a bunch of great moves.
Hell yeah! And then the last of this round, Hangman Page versus Tony Storm. D Money's got the first vote.
This is tough.
Not for me.
I'm gonna say Tony Storm because she's been consistent. Yeah,
I already know where Kenny's going.
Go ahead.
And you already know I'm giving that pity vote.
I do like Hangman, but she's been arguably the most, besides MJF, she's been the most consistent in the last year and a half.
Yeah. So we've got MJF Swerve, Will Ospreay, Tony Storm. Let's take it to MJF Swerve. I've got the first vote. Ooh, that's hard because Swerve made the post MJF title run era survivable. It got real bad when MJF got hurt until they got to Swerve. But MJF's still a little bit better skill for skill. Right now, though, I kind of didn't want babyface MJF to end. It might be a pity vote, but I'm going to go Swerve.
You gonna make me go against black people, huh? I mess with Swerve too, but that's MJF, man. I gotta give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I love Swerve, but I gotta give it to MJF. Like you said, when MJF got hurt, it was rough. and Swerve did help a lot. But the second MJF came back, it became MJF again, the MJF show. So yeah, it's like MJF feels like I feel like that should honestly Ospreay MJF should, it probably won't, but I feel like that probably should main event All In.
Man,
Over the, I know the world title match usually does, but
we knew when we made this bracket that MJF was making the finals. We could have just hopped on here and just said 1, 2, 3 MJF and given y'all your time back. But he could have some competition with Will Ospreay, his future opponent, and Tony Storm, one of the most consistent characters in AEW aside from MJF. And D-Money's got first vote.
This one's a tough one. Do I go character or in ring? I'm gonna give it to Tony, just because she's been consistent. For consistency, she's been one, like I said, one of the best characters, not only in AEW but just in wrestling. And Will Ospreay has been great. Obviously, he's in ring, he puts on bangers every time, but hasn't been there as long as Tony Storm. I went from thinking she was super mid to thinking she's one of the best in the world during this run.
You want to talk about
changed everything? Tony Storm.
You want to talk about like know how to recruit? This is where I shine as a recruiting wrestler. That's where I shine. I know who's gonna be cold. That's where I shine at.
John, I'm waiting for Kyle O'Reilly to become a chef and start cooking.
Hey, listen, I saw potential in that young man. Y'all just didn't like it. Y'all didn't like what he had cooking. John, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, well, I'm gonna tie it up with Ospreay and make you break that tie.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that.
Make you hurt.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that. All right. Well, shit. I'm gonna go with Ospreay. I wouldn't feel right.
And what's crazy is that this finals of the best AEW wrestler is for a mid-card title at All In. That's how stacked AEW is right now. That's how stacked All In is right now. I know the Fed's momentum is great at the moment, and everybody's all happy. Triple H era of good feelings. But the last couple months, AEW's really pulled their shit together. I'd say since Double or Nothing on, even through
MJF came back.
Yeah. Well, also like Swerve winning the title.
Yeah, that helped too.
But like, even through Forbidden Door season, which is usually like a rough season for AEW, like they managed to like keep some storylines cooking, like whether that like the Tony storyline shined during the Forbidden Door thing, Swerve and Ospreay happened. So that was their best Forbidden Door season ever. So
I will say this is the first Forbidden Door I would say I enjoyed most of it.
Like AEW's had their shit together. Like we got to give them their props. AEW's back. We got the finals, MJF versus Ospreay. This is hard. I bet Tony Khan is doing a bump of coke and trying to make this decision right now. I'm wearing the Ospreay shirt, but I think MJF's better, so I'm going to go with MJF.
I'm going to have you go.
It's MJF. I love Will Ospreay, and he's great in ring. But MJF, and I've said it before, I think might be the most complete wrestler ever. Like he can talk on the mic, he can be a baby face, he can be a heel, all in the same segment. He can wrestle any style. Like we've seen him have like high flying moves. We've seen him do like a slower match style. We've seen him do brutality with him and CM Punk with the dog collar match. Like he honestly might be, like I said, the most complete wrestler ever. Like I don't know what hole he has really.
I think he's the only wrestler that I can think of that has turned heel, like went from heel to face, and it made sense. It wasn't just, now I'm all about the crowd now. He was like, fuck you guys.
I'm still a douchebag.
Yeah, like I'm still me. Like it made sense. And I think that's the best way to do it. The way they did it was like a perfect way to do it.
And he's like, I'm still a douchebag. I'm just going to be a douchebag to the bad guys now.
Yeah.
To the good guys.
And Kenny, are you giving the pity vote to Ospreay? Or are you going 3-0 sweep? All right. Ospreay does get a pity vote. And as predicted before this bracket even happened, MJF wins. Shocker. Like I said to start this off, we could have just said 1, 2, 3 MJF and ended this show. We wanted to give you some content while we wait for Travi T to write his novella for Book It Verse. We will have that for you eventually and finish the second round. It should be good because Travi T is at very least the king of consistent mid and at his best spanking all of our behinds in Book It Verse. It just takes him a while. I'd rather write some bullshit and get done with it, but that ain't him. Anyways, D Money, where can they find you to
They can
interact with you
find
after the
me on
show?
all the shit. At all the shit at Dumb Money T13. So DAMONEY T13. Fuck Elon Musk.
And bad guy, we already know you got some shit for us. Where can we find you?
You can find me on all social medias at Bad Guy Spoken. You can catch the Bad Guy Spoken podcast on YouTube's, and you can also catch. You got all kind of shit popping up on me now. Random. Okay. You can also catch me on, where was I going with this? Unbiased. CTK review. Yeah. Unbiased CTK review like this. Nothing but football on that one. So definitely go check that out. And you can also catch Hood Movie Review. We'll review all your favorite and not so favorite Hood movies. We've been pushing back Hoodlum for a while now, but we're gonna do it. So it's all about.
You're waiting for that movie.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, y'all gonna get it here soon because we're gonna do a Tubi movie after that, like a Tubi movie.
Oh,
so,
I love some Tubi movies.
Yeah, so it's gonna get crazy. And
that's
you
the
can
new
also
source of Hood movies. I need Tubi to give us the ultimate Hood movie to like do an adaptation of a Quan Mills book. Like that's what we need. Like, have you seen those books where it's like I tried to eat her out, but her pussy stank? Like it's like the title.
No, they have stuff like that on there. They have stuff like that. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was like I'm cheating, and her grandma's next. Something like maybe something crazy like that. You can also catch Geek in the Sheets, where we talk about all things anime, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, talk about all that stuff, all the things to please your nerdy little heart. And you can also catch Not a Real Court, where we argue about trivial things like fruit.
Have y'all done a vegetable yet?
I say fruit now because of y'all. You said what?
Kenny, last week we asked y'all to argue vegetables. Did y'all do that yet?
No, we didn't.
These motherfuckers don't eat vegetables. Have you looked at Joe? That's why.
We argue for an hour at that show, and then I'll forget what we argued about.
Right. Well, I'm reminding you again. I wanted to see y'all argue about vegetables.
You gotta come on the show, John.
Because
I'm the only motherfucker in T13 who eats a vegetable. I'll try.
I will argue about corn to save my life. I know corn ain't considered a vegetable anymore, but I will argue about.
Is
corn.
It not?
I guess not. I think it's considered.
I consider it one. It's not the most nutritious one, but I mean, I'll
when I think of vegetables, I say
fucking
corn.
Peas.
Fuck peas.
I fuck up some Brussels sprouts.
I roasted Brussels sprouts. I agree. Broccolini. I'll kill somebody for that shit.
I've never had that.
Asparagus.
Roasted broccolini is special. It's a generational vegetable. They only serve it at like kind of fancy-ish restaurants. So I'd honestly go to like.
That's why I don't know about it.
Yeah. Popeyes don't got it. Kenny don't know about it.
Yep.
Hey, just go to like a good grocery store.
We went to an expensive restaurant on Saturday, and when I tell you, I felt so out of place. I was in there. I wasn't even dressed the part. I had a tracksuit on, had a cap on. And we didn't know it was like that till we got in there. It was like, you guys have reservations? I said, oh, damn.
Oh, I've gone through that before. My friend's birthday party was that one. And I went in with like a jersey over a hoodie. And like people were in there in like fucking tuxedos and shit. And I was like,
it was such an extra restaurant. Everything in there was just extra.
Yeah. But broccolini's not like crazy fancy. You just see it at like kind of like at least upper mid-tier restaurants. But you can get it at like some decent grocery stores. Like if you have a Crest, I don't know if y'all got that up there, but like Whole Foods probably. It's like long broccoli. Tastes great roasted. Throw some kosher salt on that bitch, and you will taste the best vegetable. And that's on game.
Some kosher salt in that bitch.
Kosher salt's so goated. But anyways, where you can find me to hear me talk about shit other than broccolini, the best place to talk wrestling with me is Reach for the Ropes Wrestling Discussions Facebook group, where the connections that caused this podcast all started. That is also the source of the Reach for the Ropes Twitch stream universe mode, where D-Money and Primetime Travie T do commentary. And I'm also a character on there. And we just shoot the shit about wrestling, most recently about SummerSlam and the Thread. So if you want to talk wrestling with me, that's where you do that. Otherwise, that's been an episode of Book It. See ya.
Bye.